what is going on, You're on the way with your boy Jay, and I am not making too much noise. So please allow for me to introduce you all to the refurbished version of truck number CB03. And also I would like to give a special shout out to Danny, the owner of Danny's Aluminum Polish Shop, located in Siler City, North Carolina, for getting this truck right inside out. I mean, he did an absolutely phenomenal job. Take a look at that artwork. If you have yet to see the before and after video, please be sure to check my previous videos for that, so we can do a compare and contrast. But all in all, he did a fantastic job. Wow, came out amazing. Absolutely stunning. Very gorgeous. So for those of you all who are unaware, this is a 2016 Peterbilt 567 quad axle dump truck. Despite arriving, well, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. It's a 2017 Peterbilt 567 quad axle dump truck. Despite arriving in September 2016, I got my years mixed up. And it was spec'd out and ordered by my father Dave and my uncle Chip, hence why you see C&D on the side of the door there. And the time has come. It was recently purchased by a young fellow out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he should be coming up here to pick this baby up within the next upcoming week. And I am so happy for him, especially in knowing that he is getting a very good truck that was well taken care of. This truck was well maintained. I am so happy for him. Very. Take a look at the other side. Okay, so it is a quad axle dump truck. It has 22.5-inch aluminum wheels. Take a look at this all the way around. Take a look at that. Take a look at that reflection, like a mirror, baby. Need your sunshades on because you might get blind when the sunlight hits. Haha. And the back tandems combined are rated at 46K, with the front axle being rated at 20K. I am not fully sure about the specs on the pusher axles, but they are heavy duty, and they are called pusher axles because they sit in front of the back tandems. And this truck has disc brakes all the way around, except for the drop axles, of course. They have your jump setup, which I prefer on a dump truck. And I will be discussing that in another video, because we have had issues out of the disc brakes. Look at that frame. Oh, take a look at that frame. Look how shiny it is. So this truck is double frame. You should have seen how it looked before. It was covered in tack and tar. I mean, it was just bonded and taped onto the frame. This is unbelievable. He did a fantastic job at removing all of that tar and tack. Should have seen the wheels before. They had absolutely no polish on them, and they were covered in tar and tack as well. I mean, there was residue everywhere. Wow, it's a night and day difference. Here's your 100-gallon fuel tank. I'm gonna cut it on off. Y'all can hear me better. Did an absolutely fantastic job at polishing out this fuel tank. And here's your 10-gallon diesel exhaust fluid tank. And this truck is still connected to the DEF system, meaning that everything is legal. As much as I hate the DEF system, it is something that all these trucks must have. It is mandatory unless you want to jeopardize the risk of having to pay out a lot of legal fees, which I try to refrain from. Nonetheless, we haven't had too many issues, although it has cost them quite a bit of money in the past. I would definitely prefer not to have the DEF system. Who wouldn't, right? Look at the stairs. Oh, wow. And all of this was covered in tar and tech as well, as you saw in my previous video. Now, this is what makes this particular dump truck unique. It's the body. Just look how long, and just look at the length. Take a look at the length of this body. So it has a 20.5-foot steel body made by RNS. You can actually fit another drop axle underneath here. It looks so good that way. It's stretched out like a Cadillac. Wow. And it does have the air high lift gate, along with the electric tarp setup, which has, or is paired with aluminum tarp arms, one on each side of the bed. Yeah, my father had to be a little bit creative here. I like that. Like that. And again, this truck was rear-ended by another truck early one morning. But things happen, so it's inevitable now. It's already occurred. I am not going to really worry about this. Let's look at the tire setup. So on the back, 2 axles. He is running these Yokohama 11R, Yokohama's 11R 22.5. See the exact specs. These wheels are so shiny. I know the specs, but I just want to be fully sure. Tires are just so shiny you can't see. Well, okay, they are 11R 22.5, 16 ply closed shoulder Yokohamas, and they are a much cheaper alternative to your overly priced Goodyear and Michelin's. They are extremely durable, and as mentioned in another video, we had a set on truck CD31 that last for nearly, we're on the truck for nearly 3 years. So again, they are very strong and robust. We actually have another cap for this truck. Forgot to include that for this video. So on the drop axles, oh my goodness, look at this gloss. They are running these 255 70R 22.5s, and I'm not sure about the exact brand. They just virgin tire, cheap tire. I mean, it's a drop axle. They stay up most of the time until the truck gets loaded. Look at that chassis. Look at the frame. And on the front here, you see the Hancooks, which are 385s, I mean, the tires are so shiny, and I know the exact specs, but I can't see. I just want to be sure. 385/65 R 22.5, 20 ply, closed shoulder. Get that gloss. And here's your functional stat. If not for still being connected to the DAF system, it would be shooting out black smoke. And that entire process works all up in this area there. Okay. Look at the battery box. Looks like a mirror. Speaking of battery box, you already know what time it is. If you need a jump start and you are without access to a jumper box, we got you here, baby. We got you. And if you need air inflated into your tires, we have you here. And if you need to get poured out, unfortunately, we do not have you here. Take a look at the headlight covers. Probably can't tell due to the glare from the sunlight, how shiny that is. Along with the diamond plate here. Yes, you saw in the previous video it was covered in tack. So what keeps this baby moving? What powers this baby? What keeps it going? So underneath the hood lays a Cummins ISX 12 rated at 425 horsepower and 1625 foot-pounds of torque, and that is paired with a Allison 6-speed transmission. And with the 390 gears, it actually pulls very strong. Not to mention that we get paid by the hour on most jobs. So again, there's just absolutely no need to overexert the truck and burn out any unnecessary diesel. This truck was baby, well taken care of. It's not hurt, not the least bit. It is governed out at 75, well, anywhere between, I say somewhere between 75 and 77 miles per hour, which is, again, more than enough. And the terrain in this area in central North Carolina is not overly hilly or anything like that. So the only time that I used to get on the truck is before approaching a steep hill while carrying a load. But outside of that, the truck was baby. It was baby. So while empty and with a half of a tank of diesel, she weighs about 29,400 pounds. And due to the North Carolina bridge law, she is legally able to haul between 17.5 and 18 tons, equating a gross weight at a tad bit above 65,000 pounds, or somewhere between 65,000 and 65,000 and a half pounds. And again, the bridge law varies from state to state, so please be sure to check in with your state's DOT law specifically. Now, on your regular public roads, she is legally able to haul between 20 and 20.5 tons, equating a gross weight at between 69,000 and, let's just say 69,800 pounds to be safe. But again, unless we are getting paid by the ton, there's no need to put any unnecessary strain on the truck, or meaning any additional weight. So we tend to keep it at a minimum of 20 tons or 69,300 or 69,400 pounds, depending on how much diesel is in that diesel tank at the time. Man, Danny did an absolutely, again, a phenomenal job. And my iPhone does this video absolutely no justice whatsoever. It actually distorts and takes away from the vividness of the video itself. I really need a GoPro so you all can get an actual idea on just how good the truck looks up close in person. And also, I would like to give a special shout out to my boy Jeremy Harris out of Timberlake, North Carolina, for tinting the windows. Now keep in mind that these windows have been tinted for nearly 7 years now, and there are absolutely no bubbles whatsoever. Everything is still smooth. They actually need to be cleaned, but that is on our behalf. You did an absolutely phenomenal job as well, and I gladly appreciate your service. And if you are local to the RDU area in North Carolina, I highly recommend that you reach out to my boy Jeremy Harris for any of your window tinting needs. He will get you right. And if you need to get in contact with him, I can provide you with that information. Just hit me up. I'm pretty sure that if you Google his name online, you will be able to locate his website. I might just include that in my description down below. I don't know how, but the Peterbilt emblem came off right there, so that needs to be replaced. We actually have one ordered, and it should be arriving shortly. Well, hopefully. Well, this was my father's investment. It was with us for a good time, not a long time. For that good time, it made them an enormous amount of money. That's what it's made for. It's a work truck, not a show truck, although it looks like a show truck at the moment. Look at the length. Check out the length. Keep in mind that back in 2016, you seldomly saw these Peterbilt 567 models, especially one in this cab, in the form of a dump truck. They were extremely rare to come by. I'm trying to keep this video short and concise. We actually have some strobe lights, but we have to reconnect them. And we'll be doing that later on this evening. I wanted to do that before making this video, but we are running short on time at this exact moment. But all in all, I am just utterly amazed on how beautiful this truck looks after nearly 7 years, especially being that it hauled a lot of asphalt. I mean, that tar and tack bonds onto the surface of the paint, and it is a hassle to get off, to say the least, especially when it gets all on the wheels and on the frame. But look how clean this frame and chassis looks. Just look at that. I am amazed. Look at the wheels. Danny, you are a wizard when it comes to polishing. You are a wizard. And I want to pop the hood, but for some reason the hood latch keeps getting caught. So I will be showing you all the engine bay in another video before my man comes and picks it up later on this week. And with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video right here. And again, you're on the way with your boy Jay. I'm outie.